sequence, so I imagine this could get taken advantage of by Kevin, but we're just gonna have to see.
I like the Hawaiian style like gi there. That's kind of cool. But I'm actually looking forward to some feints. Usually, if a really good marker has really uses the feints really well, especially with like fireball to like bait stuff out. But we'll see how this kind of comes in. We got Icebound versus NoSafeWords coming up here. Marco versus Kevin around and see how this goes.
Are we going to be starting off already trying to poke against NoSafeWords, able to win the jumping battle though, already starting a solid rev combo, just keep DP, keep him into the corner, and a throw.
Whoa, just going in iffy aggression, not giving any space to Kevin Leon, but Kevin Leon's nickname to me is Two Touch Charlie, because like he just has so much damage output. Maybe this is the way to kind of go about it, is just rush him down, give no space to a Kevin Leon player to even get him started, and NoSafeWords did that perfectly in that round.
Absolutely. It really just didn't feel like Icebound was able to breathe because NoSafeWords just kept their combos going, and they're already starting. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. With the hitbox right there, just catching the whiff on Icebound. And here comes NoSafeWords again with the Tatsu, going in and going down there with the down C and trying to get more neutral jump, trying to push it out more pressure. We'll see how Icebound responds here with this less life.
They go in with the grab, whiffed it, but didn't get punished by Icebound here. Able to pull off the super and hit for a perfect. Icebound had to block there.
Dude, that guy's fingers or wrists are really quick. Like, just to pull off that super right there on reaction, man. I'm not sure about that Boyden quote, but whatever, that's fine. I love they're so comedic. All the Boyden quotes in this game are so comedic to me, and that's what makes it more fun. But right now, NoSafeWords is up 1 game to 0 here in pool in this first match of pool. But nice little counter hit by Icebound. And maybe this is a way to start back and get his own momentum going in this game.
Absolutely. Really good dodge. Now stuck in the corner. RevXL, command grab. Keep that combo going. We're revving up, trying to be aware of our rev beater right now, but we're still trying to keep this corner Oki strong. Gotta find an opening. There we go.
Oh, nice cross up a little bit on the tech, but was able to get that last hit. And Icebound gets on the board here.
Get ready.
Very strong for Icebound. Again, keeping them alive. But here we go. NoSafeWords able to find their way in the rev blow right after. But hey, nice counter hit and a nice trade.
A little trade. We're going back to neutral here, trying to do a little shimmy, get some footsies in. But here, oh, nice throw tech to get out of there by Icebound. Icebound gets the cross up a little bit, and now is kind of coming back with more of his big bread and butter combo. Oh my god, look at that damage.
Goodness, and there we go, just going straight into a crouching B, trying to feint too, gets caught though by the rev blow. Wait a minute, Icebound trying to make a comeback here. Can they find the opening? That's the big question.
Oh no, what a DP to get out of there, but here comes Icebound again, trying to interrupt, putting both in overheat. Oh, and there it is with the RB to take it in, and Icebound is able to tie up in games here. Jeez, that was a really big scramble at the end there.
Absolutely, especially after that super got canceled by the DP.
Yeah.
I imagine Icebound was starting to get a little nervous there, but they were able to hold it down, you know, get that game win. And now it's going to a deciding game 3, as they're both just, you know, trying to play a little bit more patient off a round start. But again, the rev blow from the air coming out.
Oh, here comes NoSafeWords again with more of the touch. Gets in the throw, going in, trying to give no space, but there's again the really far seat by Icebound. Icebound is going in, trying to get in more bread and butter. Oh my god, already Half-Life just that long.
Oh my goodness. Already back a little bit of mid-screen right now and just zoning out with fireballs. Icebound keeps getting hit, finally able to roll, and we got the corner. Can we find the opening? Blocks the cross up.
Oh my god, just shimmied out of there. Gets the throw again. Oh, he's going to come in. Oh, wake up DP by NoSafeWords. What a confirmed by Icebound. This should is he dead? It is dead. Icebound is able to confirm. What a comeback there on that final scramble by Icebound. He gets on set point.
Just absolutely beautiful, especially after being able to jump over that whiff grab and punish it. Ooh, this time around got blocked, not allowing that RevXL move to get what it wants, and jumping over it this time. Icebound starting to learn.
Definitely, he is starting to learn. We're gonna set two early. We're trying to play little footsies, trying to get the zone out by NoSafeWords with some of the fireball motion. Oh, and here comes the throw by NoSafeWords. Gonna rush up, but the knife again, a close beat to kind of get into it. Oh man, now we're just like jabbing each other out. Oh, and here comes NoSafeWords. Oh my god! What a confirm by Icebound to get out of there. Rolls out. Oh, does he have meter? He can spend his level 1 meter here and get. Oh, he wasn't able to use it. Oh, and that was unfortunate. But NoSafeWords brings it to a final round here in this first match of Breakout Series.
Lord, already starting out, final game, final round situation. Love to see it, and again, love to see the adaptation coming out from Icebound. Watching out for that neutral skip, but now the hidden gear coming out. That's gonna be. No, that's not the hidden gear. Yes, it is. I'm a liar.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Marcos is a little weird. It doesn't give you the cutscene until like later.
I forgot that part.
Yeah. So anyway, here we go. Oh man, he's just trying to throw out the fireballs. How many feint? Is he gonna feint one? Oh, you trying to get the Tatsu in? Oh, what a counter by Icebound. Icebound is gonna try to bring it back here. Like I said, Kevin Regan is 2-touch Charlie here, so he can just as long as he can get started with 1 or 2 confirms.
Oh, here we go. Roll under the fireball. Gotta be very careful right now. Don't want to get chipped. There we go. Oh, an overheat. This could be very bad for Icebound.
Oh, he caught him on the jump with that that super fireball right there. And NoSafeWords is able to move on into the pool side, on winner side in pools. So we'll probably see him a little bit later, especially if he makes it into top 8. But Ocho-kun? I guess we can call you Ocho-kun then. Ocho-kun. He just said in the chat, if anything, he's Ocho.
Okay. Ocho-kun it is then.
Get ready.
All right, here we go. We got Ocho-kun and Black Machismo coming up right now. And here goes Black Machismo with the, wow, pretty much a bread and butter combo there, but a whiff throw, but nice little reversal there by Black Machismo to keep going on the damage. But now here comes Ocho-kun.
A bit of an overheat right now. Ocho-kun taking full advantage of it, getting a combo started, knocking you down. Looks like Black Machismo is trying to figure out what to do, but again, when you're in overheat, you're already on the back foot, trying to jump over all these normals, but still getting hit.
So far away. Just that standing B or standing A is just insane on Billy Kane because it's so far away, and that's a grappler. This is like the worst matchup for Black Machismo or for any Tizoc player for that matter.
Still though, Black Machismo trying to make the best of it. Ooh, nice dodge, just narrowly avoiding a Ocho-kun, and there we go. Pull the super off. So close to taking away that SPG, and you take it with that throw.
Oh, you did, but oh man, now we're in SPG, but oh my, like we got Ocho-kun trying to push more forward, getting the damage, try to get Black Machismo out. It was able to get Black Machismo out, and from SPG, wow, look at all these like confirms by Ocho-kun coming back here, already bringing back Machismo down to a whole pixel here. Gotta punish that. Oh my god. And Ocho-kun was able to get the confirm with the standing A and takes that first game. My god, that
Put your tail between your legs. Now
I'll say this, Black Machismo was making this really entertaining because I'm pretty sure he's giving Ocho-kun just a little bit more for his money because Black Machismo is playing this Tizoc, piloting this Tizoc pretty very well. What do you think? And
I mean, just how many throws did we see in the past 5 seconds? Yeah, Black Machismo playing on point, but Ocho-kun starting to get back in there. Got to knock Black Machismo into SPG, but ooh, it's swept over. Gets met into the air. One more hit's gonna do it. Ocho-kun, what's your answer gonna be? Can you make the comeback here?
oh, here comes the combos in there. Are you gonna spend the level 1? Yes, you are. You get the first gear out, and let's see. And of all that, all for naught. But Black Machismo gets on the board with his Tizoc.
Nice stuff. 2A saves all, and already trying to go and try to grab in the air with the Rev Excel. Didn't get punished, but now starting to get punished with a throw coming out from Ocho-kun as they're already kicking straight into you.
Oh, this is the Rev blow right there. Oh, but gets the air Rev blow on Ocho-kun, and the Black Machismo gets hit with the throw. But we're still in SPG for both pilots right now, and gets the throw in there. Black Machismo is still trying to see where he can go. Oh, we're spending. What just happened? I don't know what just happened there, but we got Black Machismo coming in. Oh, but it's unfortunate. And Ocho-kun is able to confirm, and this should get. Oh, I thought I was dead. But that ends up going, getting the round right there for Ocho-kun, and Ocho-kun's on set point.
Final round.
Really good right now for Ocho-kun. Just has to keep Black Machismo out for a little bit longer. Trying to play safe. Wow, gets hit on the pole just like that from that jab, but it's not keeping Ocho-kun down at all.
Can we say hitbox? That was like, wow, that was so far. It was like,
somebody should just make that an image. I want to see that again.
But right now, Ocho-kun is just commanding his game plan right now, is spending his special gear out, and now going in there and closing it out on Black Machismo. Ocho-kun closes out this set, moves on in winner's side of pools, while while Black Machismo will move down to the loser's side. Being like, what do I do when that happens? But right now we got Clon versus, I'm just gonna say Quezada, to sort of make it easier for my tongue here with the carry and Hokutomaru, and oh my god, Hokutomaru Quezada is just starting right off with that counter hit.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Okay.
just I'm trying to do my radio intro, man. Give me some time. Wow, another air rev blow right there, just kind of going, and another one. Jeez, just going in there. Quezada's just going at it, getting all these confirms on Clon to get that first round. You need to talk at him. I said way too much. I kept Hokutomaru was just making me a little stressed out.
No, you're good. I got startled by my ringtone. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but that just froze me like a deer in headlights. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
You could have played it off that it was Hokutomaru's like play here, because they just play off his Hokutomaru. As we're kind of going into more Shurikens. Oh, try to go in with the flash dash in, but no, nice little super and block and punish properly by Clon, and he's able to tie it up in rounds with that very, very big move to get the damage. So now we're going to a final round in this first game.
Get ready.
Okay, final round here between these two. Already going for the EX teleport, going to be able to pop it off. Back throw against the rev blow. Block that rev blow too. Clon needs to find an opening, especially since, yep, we're just going to be 2D'ing. Trying to find another way to get in. Zanai not finding it, but the rev blow does. And of course, you can rev blow twice with Hokutomaru.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, wait, I forgot you could rev blow twice. That's why I was like, wait, we saw another one again? And now, but right, Clon is kind of coming back here, trying to get all that damage. Get it about to half-life. Oh, man, nice confirm there. And now goes into another level. But even though an overheat, we're going to see maybe Quezada was going to confirm and try to get the guard break. But no, Clon was able to confirm and get the last hit and get that first game.
Forward. See ya.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you saw there at the end, the super coming out, the Hishoken coming out from Quezada. And of course, we were able to block it. That's what we got to be watching out against with Hokutomaru.
Oh,
yep, there you go.
Oh my god. What a big whiff there by Quezada, and Clon took full advantage, gets the throw in the corner, and this, you were just saying, and like Hokutomaru was pretty much stuck in that corner, but Quezada was able to get out barely.
Maybe not this time, especially after that rev blow. Nice high dodge, gonna be able to get through that sweep and take Quezada out there. And now this could be potential game point for Clon to move on.
Look at that, confirmed. Like that was That was something there. Oh, but here comes Hokutomaru's little bread and butter combo by Quezada. Quezada's actually going in with the dash. Spans to level 1. Goes it forward. Try to keep the pressure up there. Nice throw break, though, by Clon. And now here comes Clon doing some of his own hit perfect combos.
Absolutely. Going to the corner right now. We'll play a little safe. The super just absolutely decimates that crouching egg. And there we go. Clon is going to be 2-0ing and moving on.
That kid deserved it. I don't believe I've seen any of these players in the Breakout series, so I'm going to be interested in how they actually kind of play out here.
Already going to be seeing Tamago just moving immediately on Delta. This is going to be a little confusing.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not as bad as when I first did Breakout when we had 2 Terrys or 2 Rock Howards, one with like a light blue costume and the other one with a dark blue costume, and I'm colorblind, so that didn't really work very well at all for me. But right now, we got DELTARMENTA really trying to pull out this game. I think he's in SPG right now. Yeah, he is in SPG, but is just pushing forward right now. But now here comes Tamago, who's able to get out of that corner.
Okay. Nice again, trying to poke for both of them, you know, trying to play a little patient right now. Meat in the air, able to get that low.
Ooh. Keep going with that poke pressure there, like the Billy Mirrors. I like how they're shimmying from full screen because they're limb zoners, so they're just like they're kind of shimmying like in such an obnoxious distance away from each other.
It is funny to watch them both do that.
It was great. Just like the guy that's standing in the rock wall, just like watching the match as like he's climbing. Anyway, as we're kind of going in, oh, here comes DELTARMENTA, was able to get nice confirm on the close A there, but here comes Tamago with a special move to get out, and Tamago's now applying his pressure, and now we're going back to the full screen shimmies.
He's going to be able to slam them down. Tamago trying to back up a little bit, but gets hit in the air. Delta moving up on them right now. Nice opening.
Oh man, that down C was almost confirmed by Tamago, but here comes DELTARMENTA. Oh, what a little confirmed by Tamago. Tamago's down. We're down to 1 last pixel left. Punished properly. There you go. And Tamago is able to close out that round with the Hope pixel left and gets up 1 game.
Round 1.
Nice coming out there from Tamago. Delta, what's the answer going to be? I mean, we're beating strong in the air, but you still gotta watch out for those 2Bs coming out. Nice cancel on that rev blow, though. Okay,
yeah.
We almost canceled SPG.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I saw that too, and I was like, whoa, that was a little crazy. A little jump back, was able to reach with that jumping A, but my God, here comes DELTARMENTA again, just coming in, trying to get the confirm, finds the confirm there, gets on it, right on Tamago, and this is not looking for Tamago right now. We're still not in SPG yet, but like DELTARMENTA is really just applying all that pressure. But nice wake up super by Tamago to stop that pressure, and DELTARMENTA was able to hold on.
Ooh. Nice Delta. Going to be able to squeeze a round out from Tamago, but I imagine Tamago is going to try to come back with the same energy. Already finding an opening in the air, but not able to follow through. Delta, though, able to hit confirm off of their opening. Still going to be able to put on pressure. Not for much longer, though.
Oh, my God. And here comes Tamago. Tamago's going in with those little special moves to sort of keep Delta out at bay. These jump ins and hops, keeping him out there with the jumping C is kind of keeping DELTARMENTA from doing anything. But now Delta, as I say that, Delta is able to get a full hit confirm and just basically close out that round and close out that game. And now we're tied up in games now, 1-1. I don't even know who we got. I'm not sure who's going to get this match. They both want this.
Absolutely, they are both itching and scratching, trying to get that win. Especially as, there we go, jumping back a little bit, trying to jump into Delta, trying to keep up the pressure. Nice opening.
Oh my God. And, oh no. My Delta is really employing the game behind, trying to keep Tamago in the corner, but Tamago is able to get out. Oh, uses the air rev blow to close it out. Delta is now on set point.
Round 2. Get ready.
Nice securing a set point here for Delta. It still has to go all the way home and move on to those top 16. You gotta remember, we're almost there, and that... Wait, are we matching?
Yeah,
matching,
we're
but
just
not hitting.
Oh my god, but there's the proper punish by Delta. Delta is able to get the full punish, keeping Tamago in the corner. And now, look at trying to use that Red Bull, but did not matter. Delta just keeps putting on this pressure, using a low C. Oh god, nice confirm to get out of there by Tamago, but was not able to fully finish it out. And now is in overheat. It's not looking good for Tamago right now.
Especially with that poke coming out from Tamago. Overheat right now. Has to play it safe. Backdashing so much against these rev blows. Able to get a nice anti-air going against Delta. But Delta, there you go. Get your 2B, get your super off, and finish it off. Gonna be able to take the set win against Tamago.
Oh my god, that was...
Ever seen the fish of
I love how crazy Yurikov is just like the worst matchup for Billy is Billy. We did not see one Hotaru.
Want a little taste of
We haven't seen a Kain yet. So, oh wait, did we? No, I don't think we did. So, we got a Mimir. This is kind of cool. Well, right now it's Hugoichi and who's it? And PerroSinLag. So, and I lost who's who. I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm very professional right now. My bad.
Pretty sure Perro, yeah, Perro is the one that's got the white and the pink, and then the base alt is going to be Hugoichi.
Okay, there we go. We got it now. Now that we see the life bars, as there was no more neutral footsies with no one getting damaged. So right now, Perro was able to get some good confirms there. Oh, the missed dive kick. Nice whiff punish by Perro. Perro should be able to get some really good damage. I don't think this will kill, though. Oh, misses the super. And now is an overheat. Is this an opening for Hugo? Never mind. No, it's not. Perro is able to get on the board.
2. Get ready.
Nice job coming out from Perro. Already, you know, just trying to play a little safe in the second round, being able to just throw out some projectiles, make sure that they don't get swept. A little bit of a fireball battle right now, but nice Hugoichi able to find their opening into the super.
All right, then now it's the Perro. Nice whiff punish there by Perro on Hugo. And now trying to get in, but he didn't really get a full combo out of it. Now we're just trying to figure out, like, they're both just baiting for whip punishes or some sort of, like, anti-air jump-in off the fire. Well, I was going to say fireballs, but they're fans, technically. But now here comes Hugo. Hugo's trying to employ this offensive game plan, now keeping Perro in the corner. Let's see how Perro's able to respond. There's a missed DP, and this should be properly punished. Yeah, he does have the meter here to spend. He doesn't have to spend it, though, and is able to close it out that round and tie it up in rounds.
Final round. Get ready.
Tied up now. Hugoichi gonna be able to get that win, and already you gotta remember Perro's got SPG right off the start. Hugoichi though trying to just whittle that away. There you go, get the EX fans. Gotta watch out for that rev blow though.
Oh my god, that rev blow was timely, and here comes Perro and just spends it all going into the hidden gear and the very lovely costume. And the cinematic. So, as we're going to go in there, let's see how much damage this guy will this take Hugo out of SPG? No, it will not. At least Hugo's in SPG right now. Maybe he can take it. Oh, but a dive kick whip. Oh, this is not going to look good for Hugo. How is he going to respond? That was a... I guarantee you that was a panic DP.
Yeah.
But... like, it happens. It was a scramble on Hugo's part. He tried to get out of there. But right now, he's still alive here. He's only down one game. Let's see how he responds in this second game.
Already full screen zoning with some of these fans. Already trying to poke it with some kicks, but still no big commitments are happening right now. But, ooh, 2B got very close to making something happen for Perro. Gotta find the opening, though. Oh, a nice match.
Oh, there's the confirm by Hugo. Hugo's trying to go in, trying to get more of that. Wow, gets the confirm on the fans, and gets a confirm on the close C, and now going in with a bread and butter combo. Oh, was not able to kill. Let's see how Hugoichi's coming in. Gets in with the command throw, holding on the rev roll by Hugo there. Perro is still trying to come in. Oh, but nice little confirm on the down C to take that round. And Hugo is on the board.
Get ready. Fight SPG.
Hugo gonna be on the board, but still has to get another round if they want to truly be in that 1-1 situation. Definitely gonna be zoning out a little bit with these fans, and gotta make sure your defense is on point, especially gonna be able to block low. Already blocking that rev low. Can we block some more attacks coming out from Perro?
Well, Perro was able to get that hop in and able to confirm, gets the level 1 out. And now here we go. We're gonna see how Perro goes in. There's actually a dive kick that actually kind of hit, but it was blocked on Hugo's part. But now let's see how they're gonna respond. Small confirm, but no finish of a combo to get it by Perro. And now we're just going into full screen battle here. Oh my god, this is stressful.
Continuing having to block. Trying to see if they're going to be able to. Ooh, nice hit though coming out from Perro. Going to be able to knock Hugo down. Hugo though finding a wild punch. Might try to convert this into a super. Keep it going all the way. Spend on the ignition gear. And we keep it going in the corner.
All right, we're basically just about even on life. Basically one interaction each to get a confirm in. Well, a throw also does it too. And that was the confirm for Perro. Perro ties it up in rounds, but is now on set point.
Get ready. Fight SPG.
Absolutely set point now. What is Hugo going to do to try to keep themselves alive here? Going to be able to sweep against PerroSinLag, but you got to watch out for that rev low and the throw in the corner. This could be oppressive.
This is, I thought it was going to keep up the pressure there, but like Hugo was able to get out of it. Misses the dive kick, but was not punished properly. So he still had an opportunity. Now here comes Hugo trying to get in more of a confirms. Oh my god, it's a lot of just down, it's a lot of down A's that are just sort of like going in, but no one's like finishing off combos or like starting any confirms off. There's a confirm for you, and by Perro. Perro is trying to get Hugo out of SPG. Oh, a wake up super! What a response by Hugo.
Absolutely going to be able to hit too. Seeing how Perro was just trying to full on run them down. Now he's going to be the one that has Perro in the corner and trying to chip them away. Make sure that you don't get hit by Perro. You get hit once, but that's fine. They can't hit confirm off of that, so you're still living. Both of them just very scared right now to go in against the other. Oh no! The super comes out, and PerroSinLag is going to be knocking Hugoichi down to the loser's bracket.
The classic shorter. It was, I think that was more of a hop to just get that. I forgot who the other player was. It was a Hokutomaru. They were playing down the clock, and they were literally just standing on all the opposite sides, just because that was just funny. It was like almost like trolling us. But like Supergrenas plays Preecha like a madman, and as you can see, you can confirm that, right? And I'm like, look at this.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the person that won both of our beta brackets. And we're catching off that DP too. I don't think we're getting touched once this round. No.
Maybe somewhere a block somewhere, but that should have been a perfect.
Get ready.
Oh yeah, it was NASHFAN. It was NASHFAN and Gradients. Yeah, that was such a hilarious. Me and Knockback are literally like talking about our day during that top 8 grand final. But anyway, look at Gradients going to go. But nice defense by Armisael, but Armisael was punished there when he tried to get that little DP in. But now here we go. Armisael is trying to push up here on Supergrenas, but gets caught by the little fireball.
Here we go, trying to make an opening on block, try to send some fireballs in there, mix up Supergrenas, but overheat could be very good for Armisael to go in, but just falls for the opening.
For some reason, I feel like overheat is just a state of mind because Supergrenas just does not care. He actually uses it almost to his advantage, like as a bait. As you saw earlier, nice little DP to get out of there by Armisael. Try to get in. Oh, guard break was unfortunate for Supergrenas there, but there's the confirm going into a full combo and looks to do it for Supergrenas, and he will get on the board here and gets first blood in this set. Just to finish my thought, like Supergrenas was like in overheat, and he was able to bait out a whiff like from it. Oh Jesus! Sorry for my language. I know it's a family show.
It was fun, especially because Armisael was just like, if your rep blow fails once, try again! And then they tried it again, and look at how much damage they're taking from Supergrenas this time.
But here goes Supergrenas going in with the bread and butter combo. The goal is to get her out of SPG and is able to there. And now, well, there's a nice little wake-up TV by Armisael, and all right, we're kind of reset back to neutral here and see what the last the next interaction be.
Gotta watch out for these EX fireballs. Gotta make sure we don't get hit by them right now. Nice short tech.
Oh man, the whiff on the that was a weird interaction with like a weird dive kick whiff, but kind of a cross up at the same time. But now we got Armisael on overheat, but it didn't matter. The close C was able to take it out. I think that was a close C. Just a kick to the shins, and there it is. Oh, what nice counter hit by Supergrenas, and here he goes with his big bread and butter combo going into level 1.
Watch me. Take that.
Nice job there, but ooh, with the grab, gonna be put into the corner by Armisael. Gonna be running you down. Try to see if they can find an opening. Oh, nice crouching jab. There we go. That's how we make things happen. Kicking them all the way to the corner. Another level 1. Do them in, but gets DP'd.
Gets DP'd right there. Oh, whiff. There again. Now Armisael is able to properly punish. Is getting able to capitalize here with this big bread and butter combo. Goes into the level 1 again and gets that big. I forgot that ender of the weird throw. And now just pushing all this pressure on Supergrenas. And oh, I thought that was gonna miss. And now here comes the punish, and Armisael was able to capitalize and get that game. And now we're tied up in games. Wow, that was insane, NM.
Get ready.
Absolutely, Toma. Very strong coming out here. And already, Armisael going to be winning the neutral, just running in, getting a confirm, and going to be able to end it off with a red blow. And we're still going. We're still going.
We're still kind of going there right now. Oh, but no, here goes Supergrenas. He's able to get the confirm, gets out of the corner, pushes Armisael all the way out. We're reset back to neutral. Trying to zone out a little bit. Oh, nice jump it. No anti-air, though, by Armisael, and he's paying the price here. And Supergrenas is just applying all this pressure.
Absolutely. Trying to run it down, too. Supergrenas, trying to find that opening. There we go again. Some kicks in. Level 1, send you down. You do a bit of a cross-up. Get a throw. Use one more good hit.
What a guard cancel. And going into overheat, going into a level 1, this is... one interaction left. Oh, okay. Anticlimactic throw. Sorry. It was an anticlimactic throw that does it. But now Supergrenas is on set point.
Set point right now. Literally able to anti-air the rev blow. Going to be able to start a crazy combo. We got some bar. Going to spend it here on the level 1. Cross up so that we can throw Armisael back into the corner. Nice DP. What doesn't even matter?
Oh my god. But no, man, Supergrenas is able to get that and confirm going back into a big bread and butter combo. Are we going to see another guard cancel here? No. Whoa, what a wild punish. That should do it. Supergrenas takes that round and will move on into top 16 winner side to I believe a top 8 qualifier. No, actually that was for top 8. So they're both just really crazy with the Rock and the Hoku respectively. And oh god, we're already starting it off with these down C's by RINO just going at it, and finally Shadow X is able to stop it a little bit here. And oh my god, just going in with a red blow.
Red blow coming out too from Super Saiyan Team Gohan here, especially as okay, Shadow X going with the schmoovin, going in with the throw, try to get another one, but ooh, getting dodged a little bit by RINO, especially as they're able to get some kicks in, hit Shoken, jump in, try to find the JD. What are we trying to do? Zanai Ken.
God, that little flash dash that like Hoku does, like. It's so annoying. He does the heavy version because it's like almost full screen, and it caught Shadow X, and it actually won. It got RINO that round, and now we're seeing the shuriken. Just let's zone you out even in the air. But oh my god, here comes Shadow X with that special move going in. and trying to keep RINO in the corner here.
Absolutely. There we go. Gonna be able to do a Kuhadan. Tries to find an opening in the air, but Shadow X is trying to do everything to keep RINO out right now. Ooh, tried to flip a little bit, went for some bait. Okay.
Oh my god. Trying these like sort of air to air like interactions. Oh god, there we go. Jump trajectory changes again. Trying to get in. Oh, nice little standing A there by RINO to sort of use it as an anti-air. That was kind of like interesting. But here we go. We're playing like a really fast neutral game. Like no one's really winning neutral right now. At least dominantly, but RINO is just pushing Shadow into the corner. But here comes Shadow coming out of there and able to close it out.
Nice job from Shadow, gonna be able to pull it up 1-1 in the rounds right now, you know, make it a little bit more even. RINO though gets caught on the backdash. That's gonna mean a light into ignition, and we're still moving up on you like crazy. What's gonna be your escape route?
I get, looks like it was just a standing C, but right now we're still kind of in a bad position on RINO's part, and he's using that standing C just like pretty as like sort of like I guess a keep away tool. Oh, goes in with that like sort of special move there and trying to keep it out, but my god, Shadow X is just finding every answer to any of RINO's questions. But here comes RINO kind of coming in with a bread and butter combo to get out of that corner.
Absolutely. Again, trying to bait with the Kuhadan. So many shurikens coming out there. It doesn't even matter. Both of them now in overheat. Get wild punished. And then just 2-aid into oblivion as Shadow X is going to be able to clutch out that first game.
My god. This is like the weirdest. This is like the most action-y neutral I've ever seen in my life. So, oh, geez. And look at, again, Shadow X is going off and still using the momentum from the last game, and RINO used the Rebel to sort of stop any sort of pressure. But here comes Shadow X, did not care and used the Rebel of his own to sort of establish his game plan again.
Trying to play safe again, finds another 2v combo. Gotta watch out though. Rising tackle going to keep Shadow X alive here. Still though, gotta find an opening. Throw some shurikens right now. Maybe you'll find something. Oh.
More shurikens. Try to throw the high shuriken as well. All being just defended there. Shadow X, nice little anti-air there. Oh, stop. Lands on the. Oh, now we're in overheat. Shadow's in overheat. This might not look good right now. Let's see if RINO's able to respond.
Nice throw, and then a sick overhead there. Gonna be able to shut RINO down, and this could be once again set point.
All right, set point now for Shadow X. Shadow X is going in with some of those down C's to sort of confirm, but nice little punish there by RINO. RINO is able to go into a bread and butter combo, confirms into a level 1 super, so only spent 1 bar here, but nice guard cancel by Shadow X to stop that momentum.
Nice little cross up there. Gonna be able to throw again. Stop the rev blow coming out from RINO. Get the corner locked down. Make sure these light confirms are not hitting. Gotta watch out for the cross up coming out here. Saw the JC, saw the shuriken, but still though, oh, the 2C. Very devastating. Kuhadan, shurikens, and again, gonna be going to another level 1. This could be it if we get one more good hit in. Yep, JD.
All right, so RINO ties it up in rounds here. So he's on survival point right now to extend this match, while Shadow X is still on set point here, set point number 2. And we're going to see how it kind of goes. Oh, what an unfortunate turn of events for Shadow X as RINO is able to fully confirm into that combo. Gets the jump in from the other side on the cross-up at the corner. And now we're bringing Shadow X all the way coast to coast. And oh my god, he did really bring him coast to coast. Going down to 1 more confirm here, down to literally a whole pixel.
Goodness, gotta just defend here in order to get your health back. Able to catch the fireball, start the combo up. There you go. Get a level 1 super started, but you just get jabbed there. RINO, there you go. Clutch it up 1-1 right now.
All right, survival point achieved by RINO. We're bringing it to a final game here. Okay, we're just going to go with the standing D just to go for it right there. Great. And wow, look, Shadow X is just going. I think Shadow X is mad. Jeez. Oh my God, look at these confirms going into the throw, bringing it all the way down with that overhead. Shadow, you okay, man? You good? What a display.
Shadow quite literally is letting out that demon inside them, but it looks like RINO doesn't even care. There you go, Kuhadan literally just run back, another light confirm into Kuhadan. Doesn't even care.
Oh God, goes into the confirm of the Raging Storm Super there, and yeah, I guess either Shadow X is mad or he has to go. He has something in the microwave and he doesn't want to get it cold for dinner because he's trying to run out this third game right now as RINO is already at a huge life deficit in a huge hole trying to get out. There's a confirm and that closes it out for Shadow X. Shadow X is able to close that out very quickly in this third game. Shadow X will move on and is in top 8 in this breakout series number 10. You did go to DE. Oh, never mind. We'll do stories later. But we got Monib versus Armisael out there. Kain versus Hotaru. We'll see how this kind of goes. We saw how Armisael was able to go in, but Monib is really strong. Kain. He was here last week and did an amazing job getting into. I believe he was in top 8, and you can see this gameplay right now is pretty sick. Would you agree? Would you agree on him?
Yeah, no, already doing very strong in order to get Armisael in a rough spot, but it looks like Armisael's, starting to make their way back in. Still got to get another strong opening, at least. Being thankful that Monib is not able to get some solid hit confirms here. There we go, bro. This could be the start of one of those bread and butters coming out from Hotaru.
Oh man, and there you go. Little weird drop at the end there, but now here comes Monib able to confirm into a super and close out that round. Monib goes up, gets first blood in this first game. We'll see if Armisael is able to fully respond here. And that's a response.
I mean, yeah, you respond with a jump in, going to be able to red blow right after, jump in right after, put Monib in the corner, do another strong Rev Excel, go straight into the ignition gear. Got a little HP left, but we get DP. That's fine, that's fine. We get jabbed. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We get jabbed again.
Whip throw, but no real punish there. It's still a big hole to come out of by Monib, but he is making it very tough for Armisael with DP by Armisael. Is he going to bring it back? Is he bringing it back right now? And he will bring it back. Monib, wow, is able to take that round, literally steal that round, and gets that first game in this set.
Quite literally, all Armisael needed was one more good hit, and Monib just locked in. It's just the Kain lock-in gene coming out right now.
Definitely so. Oh, nice jump in. Oh, no full confirm on a combo though by Armisael.
Open again. I'm going to find the fireball, at least zone out Armisael for a little bit. There you go. Able to catch the jump, able to catch the block, but you get DP. That's fine though.
Oh God, the rolls kind of confused me there, but here comes Armisael, is able to get the confirm, trying to go in there, gets a little bit of bread and butter combo, but now is in overheat, and now here comes Monib. He's trying to take advantage, sets down a mine, and now he keeps kind of pushing in the pressure, trying to get the guard break. Probably he's about halfway down on that bar. He get that guaranteed hit, but was not able to. Was zoned out by the Hotaru fireballs by Armisael. Armisael is on survival point right now.
Absolutely on survival point, trying to find an opening. Saw the red blow coming out, jump in, gonna be able to catch Monib on the back, tried to grab, wasn't able to, gotta block a lot of these fireballs. There we go, Monib trying to neutral skip, trying to make their way in, but the backdash is so strong right now for Armisael.
My God, but like Monib they're just trying to shimmy back and forth right now, get the jump in. Little hop by Armisael to go in there. Nice block by Armisael there, using the hidden gear to punish. Wow. Going in with a full cinematic. Ouch.
You think it's over?
Dang. Armisael has a really big lead here, but nice confirmed by Monib, and he's going to try to come back.
Nice. DP though, coming out. Monib got to figure out an answer against Armisael. Already trying to go in, gets DP'd, and then jab.
All right. Well, Armisael was able to survive that to extend this match. Now we're going into a third game. And Medusa in chat, it's like the Burger King King with the Whopper. SNK is like showing you like the copy stick at the wall of your window. That's how they're that type of level of standing outside of your window. Anyway, as we're going in there, oh my God, Monib did not care what I was saying. For comedy purposes, he just wants to win this game and try to confirm, but like Armisael was able to get out of that corner.
Stuff, send in the fireball, trying to trap a little bit, able to reach with the jumping kick, but still has to play life right now. Fireball's very scary, just gotta defend them.
All right, now here comes Armisael trying to run in using the fireball run behind its setup. Oh, gets the confirm going into the bread and butter combo, spending the level 1 here. Gets that. Now we got a huge life lead on Monib, and now Monib has to be careful just not to get another confirm, or this could be dead and he'll be down around. But here comes Monib. He's trying to keep that pressure. Oh, there's that confirm. There it is again. Oh my God, Monib was able to come back.
Okay, nice. Actually stuck in the corner. There we go, fireballs, and there we go. Monib gonna be able to stay alive.
All right, stays alive here. He's actually on set point. He can actually win this match. We'll see how it kind of goes. We're going back with Armisael trying to get like a little bit out of the corner. Uses the rev blow, but was blocked. But it is safe. Whoa! Uses Shunsu kick to kind of deflect the fireball. And now we got Armisael trying to apply his pressure. Some down C's, but nice rev blow by Armisael to stop that. Stop that offense by Monib.
And trying to both hit each other right now. There we go. Throw coming out from Monib. Trying to set up with the fireballs. The whiff grab, though, gonna be able to save Armisael from that fireball, but not from these hits. And that level 1 super. And we're still going.
Oh my God. Just keeps going into a level. Not dead yet. Set the mine, though. Gonna have it set up. Oh, the shimmy on the whiff throw, and Monib was able to properly punish, take that round, and set. And well, actually, I don't know where he is. I know losers top 16. I believe he's gonna move.
You know, the trilogy of that. Plus, you can play a little bit back if you want to. You know, you got some solid pokes. That got some range, just like the one we just saw right there. So it's much more neutral, her playstyle in this game.
Yeah, it seems like that right now, but you know who doesn't play neutral? Hotaru. So we're going to see how this will actually work out, because right now, there's the jump in by Tamago. Tamago is just going with the bread and butter combo, and just goes in with the combo ender right there. Oh, nice little jump in, call out by Perro. Perro goes in with that ender, with that DP, gets a throw, and now bringing Tamago all the way to the other corner.
Absolutely. There you go. Gonna be able to still put you in the corner. SemiFinal finds a little bit of a hit, but not to be able to confirm off of that. Meanwhile, Tamago, yeah, this is going to be a bread and butter coming out from Hotaru. Not going to be able to finish it, though. Tries to get another one started, but this one also gets blocked. And there we go. SemiFinal going to be able to low dodge out of the corner and take that round.
My God, Perro just confirming right out of there. Gets first blood in this set. There were some down C's there to try to confirm by Tamago. Was not a little unfortunate, but gets another confirm again. Goes into that level 1. And now Tamago gets the throw. Is now really putting up the pressure. I think he has something in the microwave now that he needs to grab before it gets too cold. He's finishing up this round, bringing Perro all the way down to 1 pixel. Oh, but here comes Perro trying to make a little bit of a comeback. Let's do the first shot, get Tamago out of SPG, and does, and is still continuing. Wow, Perro is answering back at him.
Absolutely. Oh, but not well enough because the DP comes out. Tamago gonna keep themselves alive there as now it's 1-1 in the rounds. Tamago already finding a strong poke, but ooh, gotta be watching out from those overhead jumps.
Oh man, oh, woo. Okay, nice little wake up DP by Perro. Perro is now going in with more of the big bread and butter combos. We'll keep extending it with the breaks, but now, oh, nice neutral jump. But again, another wake up DV by Perro to sort of stop that pressure. Nice little just defend in the air by Perro as well.
Absolutely. There we go. Gonna be able to see the throw come out. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. Gonna be seeing the bread and butter combo come out. Gonna be seeing the level 1 come out too. Tying up the health. But can we find another opening for Tamago?
Jeez, that little hop to go away to stop that 2C from confirming on Tamago. Perro was just able to get a little hop. Gets the confirm right there on the floor. I think that was pretty much a 4C and goes into the super and gets that game. That was a very, very interesting neutral for that last little scramble, and Perro was able to capitalize and now is one step away from getting into top 8.
Step indeed. Ooh, okay, got a really strong start, but wasn't able to hit confirm off of it. That's okay though. SemiFinal staying alive, gonna be able to block a lot of what Tamago's trying to do. Can the cross up pull through? We got a sweep. Okay, we got a throw. Okay, what we got else?
Oh, let's see how it kind of goes. Oh, Tamago trying to get in. Well, it was all blocked though by Perro. Perro's not falling for the bait for jumping in, just jumping neutral or just defending on that. Nice wild punish on the projectiles by Perro. Perro is we're still playing this neutral fireball game right now. But oh, whiff, but no punish by Tamago. Oh man, this is getting a little stressful. The neutral here, but nice confirm by Perro.
Back dash a little bit. Gotta watch out for these fireballs. Able to block the second one. Find a poke. Cancel DP. Gonna be able to get out so close to the end. But Tamago's still keeping on with this level 1.
Oh my god. Oh my, Tamago is going crazy here. He does not have meter though. That would have, now we're down to 1 pixel each. And that was a proper punish going right into a DP. He had the frames and Perro was able to confirm and now is on set point.
Indeed. Already, ooh, nice red blow coming out from this guy. Able to knock down SemiFinal. SemiFinal go, oh no, the level 1 coming out.
Oh my god, here we go now. Oh wow, nice little defend again by Perro. Perro with the counter hit, gets the float. Now trying to go in. Still using the just defense as well, keeping that pressure on Tamago. Tamago's trying to get out of there.
Absolutely. Both of them trying to find an opening. There we go. Gets the crouching B coming out. Gonna be able to finish off with the level 1 again. Find an opening. Find your AX moves, but still not able to find that hit.
Oh, nice little cross up and block. Oh, confirmed on the DP. Here comes Tamago. Could be able. They're both in overheat, but Tamago needs one more hit and gets it with the fireball into an anti-air setup. Now Tamago is on survival point while Perro's on set point.
Tamago definitely got to clutch up if they want a chance of making that top 8. Both of them trying to play so safe right now. Trying to go in with the fireball. Going to be able to work out here, but not going to be able to get much right after. Just a simple light confirm.
Oh, we're just dashing and hopping along all around the screen, making someone make a mistake right now. And oh, I thought that was the mistake right there. There's the first one there, and Tamago was able to get that confirmed into a bread and butter combo, but has no meter to really spend it there, so could not maximize really any of the damage.
There we go. Gonna try to crouch a little bit. Watch out for the fireball. Jump over the next fireball. Light confirm, not gonna be finishing off. Gonna be very scary though for SemiFinal, especially since a lot of Tamago's confirms being able to constantly get free defense.
Oh, what a poke and confirm by Perro, but was not able to fully get into it. And now Tamago is actually in a very good spot. Well, was in a good spot before he got hit into this combo by Perro. And now we're basically tied in life with 18 seconds left on the clock. We're seeing who's going to get this round here. And the jump in was confirmed by Tamago. Goes into the level 1. Or, wait, I don't believe it was level 1. My bad. And was able to get it and survive and extend this match.
Round 1. Get ready.
Extend the match indeed. Nice job, Tamago. You know, keep yourself alive. Get yourself on the board. PerroSinLag still in here right now, though, but you're keeping them at bay with these fireballs, rev blow. Oh, gotta be watching out for those dodges.
Oh, there's the dodge right there. Look, going and breaking some of these moves up. But Perro just extend the combos to keep getting these floats. Doing it again, extending the combo, putting Tamago in such a life deficit right now. All these dash backs just trying to bait something. And look at Perro get that confirmed with that really long hook. It looked like a far C. Again, another break on the DP. And we'll see what's going to happen here. Trying to open it up again for Perro. Perro was able to get that long, it looked like another far C, and now is on set point again.
Round 2. Get ready.
Set point indeed once again for SinLag. Tamago has got to answer like they did in the last game once again. Just got to make sure they find their openings. Really playing safe right now. They know what's at stake. Just trying to throw out fireballs, see if they can run in with any of them. Not finding what they want, and that means SinLag's going to start their combos.
Oh, man. SinLag was able to confirm on the float and just keeps breaking so he can just keep extending the hits. There he goes. He did it again. Dashes up and goes in for the full DP ender right there. Oh, gets another confirm on the close D. And now it looks like he's going to be able to close it out. Yes, he does spend the hidden gear to close it out. I do love this costume. Yes, I'm a gamer. Shut up. And as we go into it, as Perro is able to punch his ticket into top 8.
And then we go into top 8 with the Mai. Personally, I would not have admitted that, but that's just me talking.
I'm very secure with myself. I do not care. Who's going to make fun of me at this point?
Competitive game, and I don't expect Fatal Fury City of the Wolves to be any exception. We are going to go now into our winners semi-final match. Welcome to top 8, because we can talk about the future all we want. We got ourselves 2 brawlers here with us. Methodical as they are, they still know how to throw hands. Not bad.
Yeah, it's nice to see the change of pace based on the last time we saw them do battle over the Breakout series. This time getting down and dirty early. We bring it up multiple times with Supergrenas, one of like the last Preecha standing. She was the beta darling, kind of fell in the tier list after the changes when the full game released, but Supergrenas still making it work.
Putting him in the corner. I didn't even realize I was muted. But sometimes you just gotta let the gameplay speak for itself. And SoSickNASHFAN, one of the things that makes him so good is the ability to absorb pressure and kind of eat these hits if you have to, but generally not blocking them with his face. That seemed to be the case there. Is able to jump out and now maybe take a little bit of a trade. And the ability, again, to apply pressure and not put yourself too much at risk. A hallmark of what has made Hokutomaru so good in this game's meta thus far.
Alright, well, Supergrenas trying to bust out, gets the meaty fireball set up there. They are in overheat, so they gotta watch out. Gets the cross up, looking for the chip. They're gonna go ahead and find it. Yeah, and as you were saying, not just Hokutomaru is such a good character in the corner sometimes because they have the escape options from the mobility, but SoSickNASHFAN is such a patient player, and they don't really go to the traditional Hokutomaru tactics sometimes. You don't see a lot of 2C unless they really need it, and even the aerial options, SoSickNASHFAN has the ability to play footsies pretty well when it comes to the ground.
Yeah, it's nice to have the option to jump, but not necessarily feel married to it. Like, as long as you're able to pressure with Shuriken, as long as you're able to supplement that with the jumps, as opposed to that being your end-all, be-all. That's a good formula for success in much of any fighting game, but Preecha, not without tools of her own, maybe forcing you off of the ground and into a compromised position, and throwing the knees into the midsection of Hokutomaru as Supergrenas is going to hit the super and absolutely cooking him in the corner, and the heat of battle. Supergrenas not a stranger to. Put him in a
That's great
frame.
great call going for the hidden gear there, not just for the damage, but getting them their rev gauge all the way back now. And SoSickNASHFAN just, you pretty much blow on him at this point. He's going to be able to fall, looking for the rev blow. So nice, will show it twice. Supergrenas taking the first game over SoSickNASHFAN. Just sticking to their game plan there. They're using a lot of the Preecha's long-range buttons to keep SoSickNASHFAN from just hitting the jump button and holding up to get out of the corner, and working out for him in the long run thus far.
And Supergrenas is going to be victorious. But again, you know, that's about as convincing as you could hope to see from Supergrenas. Again, like, maybe it's a victory that takes a little bit of time, but it's not like SoSickNASHFAN has won 2 of these things in a row and been a grand finalist in 3 of them in a row by making themselves open all over the place, right? This is going to be a tougher egg to crack than usual, but Supergrenas is going pedal to the metal, and I mean, almost a perfect game here, and was perfect last time. This is about as solid a statement game as you could expect from the Mexican.
Yeah, just playing with confidence to go for the wake-up super there, knowing you have a massive life lead. I mean, the huevos on Supergrenas right there, just kind of running away with the set so far. It looked like SoSickNASHFAN was going to turn to the runaway style a little bit and go to the shuriken, but Supergrenas wanting no part of that. And we mentioned it earlier in the first round, we don't really see the 2C show up too much when it comes to the neutral game until SoSickNASHFAN really needs it. Whiffed one there, but I'm sure we'll see that a couple more times this round.
Certainly no stranger to that particular stratagem, as they are going to have a little bit of a conversation in neutral. Diner in the background, one of them looking to make the other look eat a hitbox, as eventually Hokutomaru will break the stalemate and jump on in, looking for more damage. He's going to pile it on in the corner, but puts himself just a little too much at risk, as finally Preecha putting the 2-time defending champion in the corner.
SoSickNASHFAN is trying to stagger his offense, not working out from there. Supergrenas coming right back in with the Preecha combo, has the level 1. See if they choose to spend it. They will for the damage. Hard knockdown there. Let's see what the answer is. SoSickNASHFAN is absolutely getting put in the blender here, Steve.
And it is troublesome, but Supergrenas, a super performance, and that is going to be a 2-0 for the Preecha extraordinaire. That is I don't know about you, but I'm starting to be sold on this guy. As we wait this match, I am interested to see how The Rock is going to deal with the pressure from a distance. Obviously, you would think that Rock has the tool, especially when you're able to sort of rising tackle and on the jumps. But Hokutomaru's feet aren't exactly glued to the ground here either.
Yeah, it becomes a hard thing to deal with when you see that teleport there. Sometimes the rising tackle will actually go past where Hokutomaru lands, so the new tech is to dash behind it and then get a punish on the landing frames there. We see if Shadow X is ready for that. We see a throw from Robert here. Both players still barely inside of SPG, just trying to chip away at that life is Robert.
Yeah, it is strange when you're having to punish a 2D fighting character like you would a sword fighter in a platform fighter. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you see Marth coming in, and you just gotta punish the landing, man. If they're landing with a button, and no, it's strange to be thinking like that. But here we are, 2025, and Fatal Fury is a game where you cannot just hold forward and press buttons. You do have to think about it. You have a bevy of offensive options, but you cannot be using them mindlessly. Robert placing his hitboxes in pretty decisive spots, including that fist to the gut to secure round number 1.
Yeah, just keeping Shadow X on the back foot, it seemed pretty much that entire round right there. Just taking to the skies over and over. Such a hard move to anti-air. Is that teleport, blocks the rising tackle there. Full Fugadan extension. Going into the corner with the rev blow to go ahead and get the damage to take Shadow X out of SPG and blocking the raging spawn. This is going to hurt big time.
You see again just the punishment non-ceasing as Shadow X in dire straits now. Robert, all you need to do is blow on him and he falls, and indeed that is the Shuriken's job. So we're going to see now 1-0 in favor of Robert, and Shadow X needs an answer and needs it fast. He's going to jump right back into it, but I mean, I admire the courage. I do question the wisdom.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just trying to take a little bit of a back step here. We haven't seen Shadow X really turn to the air fireball for Rock to try to get some space here. Robert just continuing using those movement options to just smother completely. Well healthy in SPG. See there, get the rising tackle, break right there, going right back to neutral. We're just gonna mash out the lights. Not enough to kill. One more guess, enough to close it out. Looking for a cross up is Robert.
Hokutomaru, win.
This is very quickly becoming a runaway game. And Shadow X, again, I don't know if the answer is to slow it down necessarily, because if you play from a distance, Robert still has the advantage. What do you even do to your Shadow X aside from stop blocking your face?
It might just be a situation where you got to meet fire with fire, but Robert currently burning just a little bit hotter right now. A 2C confirm into the Tatsu super all the way. Stealing the corner away there. Finds another wild punish. That should be enough to close it out, barring the drop. Robert, the lightning quick 2-0 over Shadow X, and they're going to be punching their ticket over to winners finals.
Yeah, and that is about as convincing as you can get. Finishing it off helps. It makes a difference. And shout out to all of you, even just, you know, being a viewer and watching along. We appreciate you all the same, because again, you're showing your interest in this game as we get to Billy versus Kain as we go into the zoo here. Monib versus DELTARMENTA.
And Monib starting the momentum off early. I like the mobility of the corpse hop to try to mix up the side on DELTARMENTA, but there we go again. Just a light confirm from Billy Kain. We see time and time again. Fishing for another 2B. No confirm off it as we go back to neutral.
I mean, you talk about characters that have been, let's say, disproportionately represented in the early meta. Kain Heinlein, for certain, one of those characters. So dominant, and the fact that you can throw out those hitboxes with relatively little risk, especially in in-person tournaments. Kain taking quite a few of them, especially locally here in Texas. But sitting in block now, having a little bit of a tough time dealing with Billy, who was getting busy in round one and mixing them up, and with a significant amount of health to spare, taking round one at the expense of Monib.
Yeah, it seems like be a game with who's going to get the knockdown here to really set up their offense. Big time counter hit from long range as we head towards the corner. Monib trying to go ahead and turn to the fireball, sets the rondo down. Thought that was going to get a trade combo with that 2C there, but a great JD from the side of DELTARMENTA, heading right back to the corner. Our super on deck. We're going to wake up with our own, says DELTARMENTA.
And there we go. This the ability to throw out that hitbox and then rush in for the follow-up. Certainly not lost on Monib, as Billy is going to have to deal with something. As long as you're able to keep that initiative with that bow staff, you're doing good. But however, well sat in block, going to put the hitbox behind him. Another thing for Billy to have to deal with. And you're getting chipped away ever so slowly, but you're rushing straight in. And yeah, that is going to be, I believe, our first final round of the top 8 here.
Yeah, finally a little bit of a back and forth match. That was an expensive round for Monib, but they made sure they got it, spending a lot of meter while DELTARMENTA was in overheat. But answering quick is DELTARMENTA stealing 2 bars of super, putting the SPG in the middle, which is kind of a rare thing we see these days, but he might be plotting something with it as he spends the bar there with the hard knockdown on DELTARMENTA, but answering right back is the Kain.
Having to deal with that hitbox yet again, but it's going to jump up and right back down into the face of Monib as Billy with the early advantage and shoots out the staff. Again, the expenditure of the bar certainly well advised given what you're able to get off of that. Not even just in terms of sheer damage, but you know, the tempo reset certainly helpful for DELTARMENTA, as you're going to get a 1-game advantage. Going to game 2, I can only imagine DELTARMENTA feeling all too confident, especially if you're able to get that early initiative and get them out of SPG range.
A big time punish though with the 2C there from Monib. Into the corner we go. Try to set up the rondo. I didn't think I saw it on the screen. Might have been a weird situation there, but trading sides is DELTARMENTA going over the top with the overhead. Breaking up the string with the grab too, just expending all of their offensive options thus far.
Use the knee, and again, that Kain doing such a good amount of work. these combos, using that bar yet again, and it is well used and well earned. Not even needing SPG. Sometimes you just got to do it the old-fashioned way. Get some meter, build it up, and spend it up.
Yeah, and that Billy ignition gear, it doesn't scale, you know, too much, so just a lot of damage when you least expect it is going to go for the kill. But here comes Monib going over the top as they have the Rondo set up. It's going to lead to a full combo there. 2 bars of gauge, choosing not to go for the hidden gear while they're in SPG, but they're going to answer right back with a little B&B. Trying to rev up here.
Yeah, you're seeing it start to build. I don't know if you use the resources on this particular matchup, but it is nice to have. You have those 2 bars ready to go. You really don't want DELTARMENTA building up the momentum. Eventually, an ill-advised jump in, and we are going to go to yet another final round. Both of them just about at 2 bars, but only one of them is in SPG. How is Monib going to leverage this?
See if they go ahead and spend the hitting gear early. Not going to have the opportunity. A quick little B&B for DELTARMENTA into the ignition gear. Taking them almost 50% down here as they enter the corner again. We saw Monib rip a couple of flash kicks to get themselves out of a bad spot, but they continue to get peppered by this offense. The Lycan Firm is doing massive work for Billy as always.
As you would expect, right? But is going to be DELTARMENTA is taking it 2-0. It was not without contention, but it is going to be Monib. Did such good work to make.
They have an array of characters they like to use. I know online they said they were using the Marco a little bit, but we're going to see some Kain here from Ryuki, and a character we don't see all too much regardless of her popularity, Mai on screen, which I don't think we've seen too many Mai's here in top 8 of Breakout series.
I would like to, yeah, I think you're right. And the thing is, you're talking about, you know, Ryuki. Last time they won grand finals here in this, here at Breakout, they did use Ryuki in winners semis. So it's certainly not unprecedented their success, and certainly looking to continue on, as perhaps this Kain has left off. This is going to be a round 1 victory for the Kain. PerroSinLag doing really well to get here. In fact, I mean, the top 8 qualifier was an extremely hotly contested match with Mai coming out on top. But yeah, it's maybe presents a little bit of a matchup knowledge check for Kain, and we're starting to see evidence of that here, strangely enough.
Yeah, you figure in this match, Kain's kind of a character that can just win the fireball war against a character like Mai, and right now just these little chips are turning into chunks for PerroSinLag. Not really cashing out too much. I mean, you even see their rev meter only sitting at 6%, but 4 or 5 BMBs was enough to close out the round, so being able to get in and stay in when they need to.
That little bit of an option to just stay within the pressure. I mean, what is the smoke when you are born within the flames? As Mai is going to demonstrate right now, certainly no stranger to it, but oversteps just a little bit, and when you stick your neck out non-factor, you are liable to get your head cut off.
Ryuki loves whipping out that ignition gear just as a punish for you pressing in his face, but right now PerroSinLag putting him over into the corner, ignition gear of his own. Should be one more guess to close out the round. Great defense this far, blocking low. Looking for the 2C, not blocking the entire thing is Peros of that ignition gear here.
And again, connecting on that lower hitbox, and is going to combo into a victory that gets him the match. And yeah, again, you have to be watching your feet. PerroSinLag will definitely make you dance just a little bit. And PerroSinLag, 1 game away from taking out a very strong contender in these brackets in Ryuki.
Grab you some of that as we get into the next match. It is going to be Shadow X and DELTARMENTA. The Rock and Billy Kain on screen. And we're going to start things early with the plasma like we were talking about before the match.
Yeah, you were bringing this up. This is an awfully big ring, I have to say. And we're going to see now. Oh, okay, yeah, and again, you're talking about being able to establish jump, an underrated tool in Billy's toolbox, the aerial attacks, especially if you're able to establish the range. But the beautifully done by Shadow X, and this is the kind of fighting spirit that you want to see from someone, especially after a relatively disappointing performance this go ahead and the burning passion coming through from Shadow X, taking round 1.
Yeah, Shadow X on point, able to react to that rev blow there, starting things off with the command grab, getting the side switch and the corner carry here. DELTARMENTA in a bad spot as we chip away with the lights. And there's the backdash into Reppuken, turning back to the fireball there, making DELTARMENTA have to chase down.
Jumping on through, getting DELTARMENTA to push buttons. Unfortunately, some of those connected, and that is going to be a nice little toss-up and back down. DELTARMENTA going to utilize some meter to not a whole lot of effect. Shadow X immediately back on the offensive. Maybe a little bit of a miscalculation. It's going to be a rising tackle that does the job for Shadow X in this game number 1. That's Rock Howard, man, looking solid as a rock, and DELTARMENTA is going to need that fire to burn right back up. And at the very least, singe the health bar of Shadow X, because you're immediately into SPG. You need something to establish the momentum fast.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's been the reaction, the reads of Shadow X. We saw a couple of backdashes that have just kind of been outpacing DELTARMENTA's offense here. They continue to find this confirm off the 2A right there, the 2B, or excuse me, the 5A. And the light confirmed there. Cancels it into the command throw, busting out all the tricks here. They do have some supers, so they go into the Raging Storm. Extend it, and it is going to be enough to close out the round. Shadow X playing like a bat out of hell.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight.
As we go into this round 2, again, looking awfully good for the victory here. It's DELTARMENTA has a very few answers in their pocket, so it seems, especially as Shadow X keeps applying this pressure in the corner. You gotta get out of it. There is no use for that ranged weapon if they're all up in your face. He's gonna charge up, asking him a question, are you okay? The answer is no, and Shadow X, oh my goodness, a perfect game to go along with it. The third one of this top 8. And Shadow X, maybe not exactly that. Did I see something other than the Hokutomaru? No, I did not. Okay, no, it's just Hokutomaru, white hair, my bad. We're going to game number 1. I'm just going to stop talking.
Yeah, those color changes on the palette definitely get me sometimes where I'm like, what character did I see? I got to start checking my eyes as I age a little bit, but starting off things early.
Yeah, I saw it from the corner of my eyes. It was like, no, wait, but, yeah, no, that's on me, my bad.
Good colorway too, by the way, and SoSickNASHFAN playing just as sick. No pun intended there. Brings things up with the SPG, the neutral jump into the C. Gives you enough to close things out of these rev up here into the ignition gear. The Tatsu super. Blink and you miss it. It's going to be a perfect game for SoSickNASHFAN.
Might be hitting hard enough to give you a cataract. Goodness gracious, PerroSinLag is going to need an answer and need one fast, because again, you're talking about someone who is in form, generally speaking. And now this is not only the two-time defending champion, as I may have mentioned, you heard, but this is now a two-time defending champion who is angry. And PerroSinLag is going to have to deal with the full fury of SoSickNASHFAN here in loses quarterfinals.
Right now it seems SoSickNASHFAN is playing his own game. He has been known to play lame at times, but time to jump in correctly here. Kuha down extension. He'll be able to get himself a nice little knockdown with the super. Might be a guess for game situation. SoSickNASHFAN is really low on that rev gauge, spending it there. I don't know if to kill. PerroSinLag has one more chance, but they get caught with a 2C when they were walking in. Got to make sure those boots are tied up tight as SoSickNASHFAN. Going to take a quick first game here.
Yeah, I mean, hey, why win slow when you can simply win fast? That is a very good philosophical question, because hey, either way you win, but look, sometimes you get called away. Sometimes you have things to do. You know, I mean, we saw that with Ryuki earlier on. So we just never know what's gonna happen in our lives. SoSickNASHFAN going up 1-0 and doing quite well. PerroSinLag being forced off of the Mai and is instead going to live or die at the hands of one Rock Howard here in losers quarters.
Yeah, taking a quick trip up the tier list here, see if it works out for him. They do have a better fireball and a little bit of spacing options that are better than Mai's. We see a couple of backdashes early here. Also play the mobility game against a character with the best mobility in the game. But SoSickNASHFAN, as I was stating, just doesn't have any problem playing lame here. Gets the air throw and coming right back in to get the party started. They hit the brakes. They might be looking to bait out a rising tackle.
we are going to see just how effective that stratagem is. Because, yeah, again, you can bait Rock into disadvantageous situations. If you're able to get them pressing buttons, you would have to think that Hokutomaru is the exact kind of character that could be eating good based off of that exact strategy. He's going to pile up just a little bit of damage. A sensible fraction for the start of this game number 2, but PerroSinLag gonna have to do just a little bit more to get this Texas-based Hokutomaru off guard.
Yeah, just punching away the shurikens too, but having a hard time getting in. And SoSickNASHFAN still barely inside of SPG here. You have to watch out for the red blow if you take a big swing, but so far he's eating the shurikens. The 2C finds its home pretty much on command at this point. They do have enough super forward ignition gear to close it out. They're gonna let the whole thing rip. Now on set point is SoSickNASHFAN just changing gears at will at this point.
Get ready. Fight.
See just a little bit more with the Hokutomaru, and by a little bit more, I mean half your health gauge is gone. So PerroSinLag needs answers and needs answers fast. You're not even at SPG yet, buddy. You got a ways to go.
Got themselves a counter hit here as we're going back to Nucci's, giving SoSickNASHFAN a lot of space. Might be worried about the teleport in that situation, but we're just going to go ahead and jump and land with another 2C here. It's going to be a lot of corner carry and then the knockdown with the SPG. Excuse me, the red blow. Staggering the pressure just a little bit, committing to the Kuhadan stock, and they're pressing off of it. PerroSinLag getting caught with the anti-air wild punish against SoSickNASHFAN from coast to coast, taking out PerroSinLag with a nice 2-0 victory.
So cool, Rock. So put together.
Yeah, and this is kind of what you expect from SoSickNASHFAN, right? Again, you're talking about... It does make you wonder exactly how this is going to play out. We see Robert and Supergrenas getting underway with the first blood being drawn by Robert. Again, getting caught with those with the meaty hitboxes while Preecha is jumping in is generally how you wind up with outcomes like that. Okay, that's just half your health bar gone. Sorry about that, buddy. But Supergrenas not exactly going to be the one apologizing here. Victory in Verde looking pretty good if you're able to keep that up.
Yeah, but right there, Robert showing the momentum once again, or excuse me, the movement with the backdash into the 2C conversion, gets a jumping of their own. Anything you can do, I can do better, says Robert. They are sitting on a bar here, choosing not to go for the ignition gear. Gets the knockdown, running immediately up, pressing a meter button. They're going to hold on to their meter here, able to steal that round. Robert is kind of running an offensive train as soon as they got the opportunity.
Get ready. Fight.
Gotta love what you're seeing from Hokuto Robert right here. Just absolutely dominating the neutral area, being able to leverage again, you know, the ability to work from range with those close burst options, and had to overcome a little bit of a misstep early on where Supergrenas correctly reading the meaty hitbox coming out. But oh my gosh, Supergrenas coming back with the vengeance, absolutely deleting their health bar. All you gotta do is blow on them, but a knee to the face will do as well. And those 11 golden letters across the screen, they spell it out pretty plainly. A perfect game in round 2.
Yeah, it's just the battle of getting these burst punishes here. We saw a 2C of their own for Supergrenas land and led to the end of the round, but Robert back on the attack early in this round, taking Supergrenas out of SPG and landing the ignition gear just for a little bit more damage. 50% down early as Supergrenas finding himself in a bad spot here.
But again, not exactly impossible. The ability to punish the jump in like that, however, is such a boon for Robert, and going to dash right back in a perfect game of their own. You talk about a response with a capital R. Robert is going to take game number 1, and Supergrenas wanting to jump right back into it. I get the rationale. You just want to stymie that tide however you possibly can. But again, you know, it was rushing in that caused you to see that perfect game to begin with, and now you're giving up a health meter and a half without even touching Robert. Finally getting some damage on the board, but goodness gracious, Robert has been on a tear as of late.
Yeah, pretty sizable deficit. Another whiff punish for Robert. We're playing footsies out here. 2C the GOAT showing his face, popping the ignition gear for the kill. 1 round away from a 2-0 advantage here in winners finals over Supergrenas. The spacing has been impeccable from Robert thus far.
Oh man, that is just trouble for Supergrenas. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes for P, and that stands for punishing the whip. Robert has been doing such an expert job of that thus far, as well as utilizing those jumps and those teleports. Again, if you are able to control the movement and the pacing of a matchup, the neutral space between you and the opponent, generally speaking, you are doing rather well in this game. Certainly, City of the Wolves, no exception to that rule within fighting games. But Supergrenas, sometimes you just gotta muscle on up and push on through, and does good trying to catch a dash in and succeeding in doing so. We're going to a final round in this game, number 2.
Yeah, back and forth we go so far. It's been a tale of 2 rounds on both games, and Robert trying to start the party early here. Supergrenas once again finding themselves in the corner, but the JDs are on point. A free jump out there. A little bit of damage and a great anti-air from Robert to go ahead and find some damage. They can go directly into the hitting gear. Going to take the knockdown from the rev blow. Just ding the cross up there with Supergrenas as we head back to neutral.
And now, again, utilizing just a little bit of meter to break the block. Sometimes you just gotta bash the wall in with a hammer, and certainly Hokutomaru has no shortage of tools and is going to find victory here. Puts Preecha in the corner and does the job. That is Supergrenas. Again, back up against the wall. How are you going to respond? Robert is up 2-0 in this best of 5.
Yeah, just continuing to get smothered there. Not sure if Robert was looking for the air throw, but jump D is going to land for Supergrenas. They find themselves another throw, and the tables might have turned here. There's the meaty fireball we were talking about in a neutral jump, but no full conversion, but he's going to pick it right back up. A great man once said, if you're going to leave leftovers on your plate, you better come back for seconds. And Supergrenas is looking hungry right now. One more confirmed to close the round out.
Now, pushing on through. Oh my goodness, you thought you were safe, but no, your buttons are just that quick. Supergrenas going to bait him into that false sense of security, trying to go for that whiff punish. Nah, stupid, I got myself some kicks. Supergrenas.
The whip punishes, Robert finds themselves one there, and this is what we kind of seen over and over, a jump over on the throw, but no punish. Supergrenas in the corner once again, slowly building up that gauge as Robert. They do have the SPG up front, so they can go into that hitting gear to close out the round. Might not even need it. They doing the anti there. Supergrenas find themselves in front of their own, but they spend some super for the damage.
And boom, dashing on through, change the pace just a little bit. Anytime that you're able to switch the stage on Hokutomaru, you kind of have to take that chance. Maybe just a little bit of startup involved in it. So there is a shelf life. However, you have just a little bit of agency in where you are on the stage. Unless you get pushed into the corner, Robert, all of a sudden one round away from victory here. Final round in this game, number 3.
On the verge of going to grand finals here. See if Supergrenas has anything to say about it. Like confirmed there, going directly into the Rekka series. Taking Robert out of SPG, putting the Ninja Boy in the corner, getting another throw. We've seen it land multiple times so far. No techs or back dashes from Robert on those setups. As another jump in finds its home. Is going to be sitting with 2 bars of super. They could go directly into the hidden gear here. They can sit with the full animation as the combo continues to go. Just the ignition gear to close it out. No animation needed. Supergrenas putting themselves on the board now. 1 game to 2.
Yeah, no, that is as perfect as you need to be. It said so on the screen, and yeah, 7-letter P word. Preecha fits the bill as well. We're going to game 4, and all of a sudden, Hokutomaru being on the back foot is not something that you're used to, but Preecha does have the muscle to make that happen. It does take a little bit of a concentrated eye to do so. I do kind of wonder if 3 games against one of the better Hokutomarus in online play is enough of a download for Supergrenas to maybe take advantage of that, and it's certainly looking like so, non-factor.
Yeah, just slowly opening up. Robert, little by little, is paying off big time. They went for the throw multiple times, and quite a couple of times we saw Robert reaching there, and Supergrenas is able to cash out damage on these neutral jumps. On the verge now of tying things up 2-2.
That is crazy to see, but oh my goodness, this is I'm a little bit speechless right now because the turnaround that we have seen, this is like night and day. Supergrenas only suffering damage until just now, and even then Robert having to expend a meter in order to do so. But oh my goodness, Robert with a head of steam. You're almost good for a round victory there. Is able to get just a little bit of chip damage off of the jump, but it will open you up on flat ground. The person who can most consistently do that is going to be the winner, Robert, forcing their way into a final round situation yet again. What is Supergrenas going to do?
Yeah, he's just got to put Robert in the corner and keep him there in that situation. We saw Robert just get one opening and did not give it back there, and then the 2C whip conversion right there, getting themselves a little 2D conversion into the corner we go, following up with the run, busting out of Supergrenas. The first time we've seen him just escape jail by busting out with the DP thus far.
Here we go. And Preecha again just opening up the can, and Robert is just gonna have to eat the whole shebang in the corner. He has the secret gear and is gonna have to take every last bit of that. Oh my god, put him in the selfie frame at the end of this one. Pop, there we go. And that is going to be Robert with just a sliver of health yet. Teleports right into the face from Preecha. Preecha is going to have to eat just a little bit more damage. Robert trying to build it back up brick by brick, but it will be to no avail. We are going to a Game 5 here in Winners Finals.
Yeah, as advertised between these two titans, just back and forth we go. And one thing we know about Supergrenas is if they have that rev blow available and it's only one hit they need, they're going to throw that thing out left and right. Was able to close out the round there, and here we are in this final game. Let's see how Robert responds. They're going to open things up early with the neutral jump. They're going to get a lot of carry off of the Kuha Dan here. Real healthy, and SPG is 50% is down for Supergrenas in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and again, as long as you're out of SPG range, it becomes a matter of who really does want this more, who's going to be able to get this done the old-fashioned way. In that sense, maybe you do have to give the advantage to Robert, especially, and that's if it goes down to that range. Robert has been able to get it done without you losing even a third of their health, and this is as troublesome a situation as you will see Supergrenas. However, not one to just wither and die. Supergrenas fighting back and putting them in the corner yet again. This is big damage opportunity, non-factor.
Yeah, this needs one more confirm. I just have to spend a bar. Meter might not even need it. Actually, the rev itself might just be enough to be able to close out the round. We're going to final game, a final round here in Winners Finals as Supergrenas is sitting on 2 full sticks of butter and the SPG out front. The hidden gear is definitely on the table here.
And the resources on hand. We saw Supergrenas win it with win Game 4 with this. Could perhaps see it in Game 5, the secret gear. And here we go. Gonna put him into the mixer, and oh my gosh, ain't no selfie stick, just a right leg. That is going to put Robert into a troublesome position. Not out of the woods yet, but you still have the ability to build it back up. Sticks now.
Oh, looking for the DP conversion, though it's not going to find its home for Supergrenas. They're going right back to the corner, and Robert has all the resources in the world, spending the ignition gear early here, 50% down. Supergrenas in a bad spot. They find the jump. Oh, a super to land right there. Frame trap kill for Robert, just going ahead and mashing it out. Supergrenas in a world of trouble. Anyone's around here.
Oh, whips! Beautifully jumped, and you committed to that, Robert, by the skin of their teeth, taking it over Supergrenas, and it was just one whiff that Robert had to take advantage of it, and finds the way through. You talk about threading the knee. And we are going into losers semifinals. Again, you know, 2 incredibly talented competitors winning half the brackets thus far between them. Shadow X and SoSickNASHFAN, and non-factor, the stakes could not be more clear. Winner goes on, loser gets out.
Yeah, and this is what I like to call the most volatile match of the night. It is going to be the last first to 2 for the evening, so these players only have a limited amount of time to go ahead and build the game plans. Coming right back in with a rev blow is Shadow X, little B&D, and a massive life lead thus far on SoSickNASHFAN. They look for the command grab, no one's home, but no conversion from SoSickNASHFAN.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're talking about a calculated risk with that command grab. And again, you're liable to be punished. pretty hard, but when you have the speed to get in and out and sort of dictate the speed of the matchup the way that you can, Shadow X even going for that option with the hitbox, and SoSickNASHFAN able to just kind of bop him on the head and disregard it entirely, and now we're seeing the momentum pick up just a little bit for SoSickNASHFAN before Shadow X stymies it, puts the momentum right back in their corner. The health advantage notwithstanding, you only need one hit, but can you even get in to obtain it?
Just trying to survive the overheat here now and cooldown. They can really come out of lane. They have the super, so they're going to snipe him out of the air with the air fireball. Simple and clean is Shadow X. SoSickNASHFAN starting to build a little bit of momentum, see if they can carry into the second round, but thus far Shadow X full control of neutral. Big time whip punish to start the round there, but drops the combo, and SoSickNASHFAN's going to live to see another day.
Sometimes you can work your way into an opponent's head, and sometimes you can kick your way in. Shadow X opting for the latter as SoSickNASHFAN trying to establish momentum and just really get into Rock's space. And Rock Howard is not exactly the kind of character that you want to be knucking up with, but is going to activate the gear as well. And here we go. The power geyser straight into the gut of Hokutomaru, who's going to take a massive chunk off of the health bar. And Shadow X is firmly in the driver's seat of this game number 1.
Yeah, I like the call there too to go for the hidden gear just to make sure you get all of that rev gauge back. You have that massive life lead still inside of SPG, so SoSickNASHFAN has to watch the strings here. Has 2 sticks of butter to work with, and the shurikens are slowly chipping away at the health of Shadow X, right converting there into the ignition gear, but a big time guard cancel into the rising tackle break. Not going to be enough to kill, no super on deck, but they're going to block the wake up ignition gear. And the JD just to show off. Shadow X up 1-0 on SoSickNASHFAN.
You kind of have to love that confidence from Shadow X. Obviously, you have a little bit of room to play with, but the just defense in order to go along with it. That's that's how you send a message along with that whiff punish to begin the round in the first place. Gotta love it. SoSickNASHFAN, however, realizing back against the wall, you can't exactly afford to play around. You just gotta get right up in there, get up in the grill. SoSickNASHFAN down to less than half their health, but building up resources. SoSickNASHFAN already having a bar of butter down below with which to cook, and is going to try to utilize it ever so gallantly. Only really going for those one bar supers, not ever really going for the supers all that often.
Yeah, that's one thing about Hokutomaru. They do get a lot of mileage just off of the ignition gear. I mean, those cooldown Revic cells, they don't. On here, gonna get some more carry with the cooldown extension, using the SPG, the rev load to take Shadow X out of SPG into hang time. He's been hunting for the cross-ups over and over, but Shadow X's defense has been pretty good when it comes to him taking to the skies.
And yeah, you get that mileage off of going airborne. You might as well use it. And it's that's the thing. You don't. It's like the 3-ball in basketball. You don't live by it, you die by it, right? But it's the same thing with jumping. You don't necessarily want to rely on it, but if you're able to leverage it in a positive fashion, like SoSickNASHFAN was, then you're sitting pretty decently. As we are going to go to a game 3 here in this loser semis.
And this is going to be, like we mentioned beforehand, the last versus 2 of the night. So this game is going to be it. I see Darren Thoughts in the chat saying Shadow X with the Dark Angel buff. Yes, sir. Rock Howard standing strong. Excuse me, just the Howard standing strong. But SoSickNASHFAN trying to say something about it. Going with the Rev Blow to break out the run-in from Shadow X. Just barely inside SPG as they try to work their way out with some lights. Turning to the air fireball to mix up the spacing.
We are going to just shake our way into this game number 3. SoSickNASHFAN with a slight advantage, but Shadow X still just kind of hanging on to that specialized condition, but only for so long. Again, SoSickNASHFAN, you're able to pile on that nickel and dime damage. I mean, enough nickel and dimes will make $1 as SoSickNASHFAN looking to cash in with even bigger denominations here in this round number 1, going to back on up. Power waves notwithstanding, I think SoSickNASHFAN is looking for a victory and indeed obtains it. That's what happens when you're able to when you're able to control the pace of a matchup.
Yeah, getting that life lead is kind of a win condition for Hokutomaru because they can just turn to the shurikens and just kind of just lame it out, and it's going to work out for SoSickNASHFAN there. Now on set point, big time red blow for Shadow X though. He's trying to confirm off of these lights as they continue to chase SoSickNASHFAN down to the corner, but a jump in is going to find its home. Might be able to build up a bar of super here with the SPG. They will. Neutral jump, no one saw him on that one. Great defense this far from Shadow X. So whiff punish from SoSickNASHFAN, and a light confirm from Shadow X to get back to the center of the screen.
And for even more, as we're gonna roll on in, the double roll into the donkey kick. Gotta love it. Shadow X now is very close to the cusp of the to the abyss. As SoSickNASHFAN, when in doubt, just go ahead and back it up. Gonna just defend the fireball. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's going back to the fireball. This SoSickNASHFAN, the shurikens. I mean, if it gets the job done, we're gonna go for it. Not the most exciting thing in the world, but SoSickNASHFAN holding on to that lead and just taking to the skies and sniping Shadow X, and that is gonna be enough to punch SoSickNASHFAN's ticket over into losers finals, taking it 2-1 over the 3-time champion Shadow X.
Maybe I should try to go for that sort of
And
vibe too.
again, is SoSickNASHFAN looking to become a 3-time, actually in that second game against SoSickNASHFAN, just realizing, you know what, if you have the ability to just pile on damage against the Hokutomaru, then you might as well do it. However, it's going to be SoSickNASHFAN taking the initiative for the opening proceedings of this one. However, they're just going to go ahead and exchange greetings via their fists as we are into losers finals again. Third place, not a bad finish, unless you're talking about either one of these two, in which case they will be devastated.
Yeah, we're picking
Supergrenas. Oh my god! I think Supergrenas took that opening personally. I don't know about you, non-factor. That's just my feeling.
Yeah, I was going to say we're picking things up right where we left them last time, and Supergrenas just responding to the early start from SoSickNASHFAN once again, just not giving momentum back as soon as they had their hands on it. SoSickNASHFAN trying to steal a turn of his own off the Red Excel Kuhidan, but here comes Supergrenas back on the attack to continue to confirm off of that 2C, and SoSickNASHFAN just living in the corner.
Surviving on through, but the thing is, you don't live in the corner for long, and sometimes Supergrenas is there to make sure of it. The knees and into the secret gear, because why not? Go ahead, put him in the twister at a round 2 victory and a game 1. Frame it up nice and perfect for you. That is 1 victory, and again, not one. It is a best of 5, as you recounted earlier. But oh man, Supergrenas is looking awfully good for it, considering and disregarding. Man, the lack of respect. You gotta wonder if that's going to come back to bite Supergrenas eventually. But it sure is entertaining.
That's exactly right. And Supergrenas, like we pointed out, is so known for throwing out those red blows as soon as they need to. I mean, even early on in the round, just throwing it out there. No reaction from SoSickNASHFAN. Both players still sitting inside of SPG, though. And this is shades of what we saw from 2 grand finals ago here at the Breakout Series. We're standing full screen, and we're just going to buy out the time here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's maybe it takes a little while, but the bars disappear just as fast when you hit as hard as Supergrenas tends to do. And you're gonna just go ahead, mix them on up, use that 1 bar of butter, cooking up something nice and good in the corner. And that is going to be a round 1 victory. Again, Supergrenas up 1-0 right now, so technically halfway there. Makes you wonder what kind of answer SoSickNASHFAN has in the pocket as you try to build up resources. Not a whole lot of building you can do when you're getting kneed in the face, however, non-factor.
Yeah, and Supergrenas continues to pour it on here. SoSickNASHFAN hasn't really even had a chance to take to this guys with his Hokutomaru this yet. Cashing out the ignition gear there, and right back at you. So SoSickNASHFAN trying to get themselves some space, but the DP break is going to be all she wrote. Supergrenas is going to take a 2-0 lead on SoSickNASHFAN early here.
Supergrenas is putting in some kind of work already, already improving on last week's placing where they finished 7th. In fact, going down to Shadow X was one of the victims of Shadow X's loser side run last week. but Supergrenas now 1 game away from potentially getting their own shot at revenge upon the occupant of winner's side grand finals. And I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily a foregone conclusion to say that that Robert has this thing in the bag, especially when Supergrenas is in such a run of form.
Yeah, and we're starting to see SoSickNASHFAN introduce some new things on offense, the neutral jumps, and he's walking back and looking for the 2C whiff punish, but Supergrenas, once again, just keeping SoSickNASHFAN stuck in the corner. I know Supergrenas is known for being a slow player, but he's wasting no time getting the party started once again. He smells blood in the water, know that 3-0 is just 2 rounds away. SoSickNASHFAN, there's the 2C conversion. The button everybody loves does have 1 bar of super. They choose to go into the ignition gear for the damage, but will. Not enough to kill here. Supergrenas on his last legs for the round.
And this is gonna be this is not what you were trying to expect, but the teleportation, all you gotta do is wait for that button to come out. SoSickNASHFAN, more than happy to oblige. You realize I can whip punish from 3/4 of the way across the screen, right? Beautiful command grab to start things off round number 2.
The fadeaway jump there for Supergrenas, gonna find its home. A lot of corner carry once again directly into the ignition gear. Decides with the jump there, and another neutral jump finds its home for Supergrenas. Not gonna have enough resources to kill here, but it's business decision time for SoSickNASHFAN.
Preecha wins.
Big old jumps and big old damage. Supergrenas 1 round away yet again, but SoSickNASHFAN with maybe a newfound belief here. You gotta realize, again, this is the back-to-back champion. And SoSickNASHFAN, you want to make it 3 in a row, this is the kind of thing that you have to overcome, and now you have to do it with half a health bar, and even less than that. Supergrenas has nothing but the end line in sight. SoSickNASHFAN standing in their way is going to, at the very least, deny them the perfect game. Is that a parting shot or the cornerstone to a comeback?
Yeah, you gotta watch your button presses here because Supergrenas is gonna let those rev blows go. SoSickNASHFAN trying to get him out of SPG now and overheat. The option is off the table. Still sitting with 2 bars of super, can make something happen here. Looking for the teleport, no anti-air on that one. A jump in, but the JDs are on point, and we're gonna go directly into a grab to close it out. A 3-0 sweep for Supergrenas as they're heading over to grand finals.
Yeah, that overheat does not mean overly helpless. The grab coming through and realizing that, okay,
As that winner's final, match ended, this is kind of what I was hoping for secretly, and it's been living up to expectation this far. Let's see if it's as
you
close.
and I both, buddy.
See if it's as close as we've seen the last one. Right there, we see a whip grab and the 2C conversion for Robert landing early, almost 50% gone into hard knockdown with the rev blow. Robert coming back in for seconds off of the 2B conversion.
Into the ruins we go, and Hokutomaru starting out real easy. Hey, how do you do? And a quick little greeting. Supergrenas on Moves' side going to have to establish the momentum just a little bit quicker. That spin back to give themselves some space. That is a trade that you do not want to make. Robert giving themselves plenty of runway to take off, and now is flying in this game number 1.
Yeah, I guess the best option, make sure you beat your opponents and not give them a chance to play, and that's on both players' mind right now as Supergrenas starting the action off early. They're looking for that neutral jump. A great scouting from Robert there to go ahead and use the rev bar to get themselves some space on the ignition gear to cash in with the damage. Full Kuhadan carry and head back to neutral here.
Continuing forward, how are we going to do this? The answer, how about the old-fashioned way? Just straight up fist to face Supergrenas, conserving all the resources. Got 2 sticks of butter with which to cook, and now we go to final round here in game number 1.
Yeah, Supergrenas, the way they've been winning the round so far, it's just been straight fundamentals, no funny business, just 5 fingers saying hello to the face to post this, but Robert answering back earlier using the ignition gear, not quite taking Supergrenas out of SPG, and Supergrenas is sitting on 2 bars of super. We've seen them cash out the hidden gear many a times. Is going to spend the ignition here, as they're going to do close to 50% on Robert's life.
And 5 fingers continuing to say hello, but the counter, you gotta love it from Robert. Just back and forth action. You gotta think, okay, this is looking like Rick James and Charlie Murphy just going at each other now in the club. But even more in the corner, right into the face. Supergrenas is cold-blooded and going to win game number 1. That is but one of 6 games that they have to win in order to claim victory here. Robert right back into it, not wanting to give Supergrenas any sort of sense of superiority going into this. They realize, I mean, Robert clearly realizing how close it was last go around. You do not want the repeat situation. You need to stymie the momentum.
And it looks like that's the game plan so far. Supergrenas is kind of jailed here. All woke up with the DP. No one's home on that one. Into overheat now, but they do have the ignition gear to close it out. Should be enough damage. Robert striking back, forcing the hard guess from Supergrenas there. We saw Robert be pretty aggressive with pressing buttons in the corner, but a great call there to hit the brakes, and they caught Supergrenas swinging into a big miss there.
An empty jump, trying to get punished by Supergrenas, but is ready on the block immediately. Robert, as long as you can establish movement that is sweeping and safe, I think you're generally doing pretty good as Hokutomaru. However, Supergrenas still able to grab, especially if you're in the corner. Anything that you can do to ground this bird is going to be to your advantage, especially when Robert can jump in and do damage just like that, dashing right back into your face and establishing more advantage in the corner for yourself. It's beautiful stuff right now from Robert on the cusp of winning game number 2.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of just staggering their buttons so far. It's just kind of been Supergrenas holding back on their controller right now as Robert just continues to poke away, turning chips into chunks to close out the game there. One thing I noticed, it seems like Supergrenas is starting to introduce a throw, and that's what they did against SoSickNASHFAN to really start baiting out the whiff throw with the neutral jump. So let's see if that comes into effect later on in the match this far, but Robert just trying not to let that happen, running their momentum, turning to the shuriken here to try to set the tone.
I mean, hey, anything to garner just a little bit of momentum. Robert not exactly as methodical a player as SoSickNASHFAN in terms of the thought process. He'd rather just kind of go in, exert the pressure, and if you have the speed with which to charge out as Hokutomaru, then you might as well take advantage of that, right? I mean, you have the ground speed advantage. You should be able to leverage it however you possibly can. That means getting in and out on your own terms, generally speaking. But Supergrenas right now is able to just do more damage straight up in these interactions. So those trades that you thought were maybe as advantageous for you, maybe are not as much so. So again, being judicious with your buttons, being able to maximize damage, especially when you put them in the corner, is going to be playing into your hand. Robert fully utilizing that and leveraging it is going to be a round 1 victory.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, the best game plan is just to not let your opponent play. Robert right now just completely all over Supergrenas. We finally see a DP break work out for Supergrenas, though. He's sitting on those 2 bars, just getting the ignition gear here. Saving 1 stick of butter for later, looking for a throw. Robert is teching. I'll be able to bait out something later on, but the light confirms continue to find their home for Robert as we live in the corner once again.
But again, JD's just to try to get into the head of Robert. And again, the knowledge that that Game 5 in Winners Finals was so close. You know, you can hear the footsteps. I'm right behind you. But Robert trying to push that to the side. Get behind me, Satan. So says Robert, as this devil of a Preecha is looking to do work, even in the corner against Hokutomaru.
Slowly revving up for both players right now, but a big-time wild punish finding their home for Supergrenas. Not going to have to spend any super. The Rekka series to close it out. Both players on the verge of going up 2-1 here. See how Robert responds to that round as they don't have the resources to really get the party started too early here. But Supergrenas sitting on a full stick of butter. A big 2C whip punish landing there for Robert. We're going to go right over to the corner. Doesn't fully commit to the red blow for the hard knockdown, but still mixing up their offensive options is Robert.
And certainly it would be nice to have 2 of them in the chamber, right? But we have only really seen Robert go for the ignition gears anyway. You only really need is 1. You can sort of work your way up to these individual bursts of power, one after the other, and it's been working well for Robert thus far. Barely even scratched in this round 3. In this game 3 as well, in overheat right now, so he's going to need to take just a little bit of time, but you can still get it done the old-fashioned way if Supergrenas overextends.
In the corner looking for the teleport. 2B conversion, all they need. The light match is going to work out for Robert. Just one game away from closing out the tournament. Supergrenas playing a close game thus far, but Robert showing that clutch factor once again to just get things in the third round.
And this is about what you want to see from Robert. Again, it's not just the tactical, ability. It's not just the technical skill. It is the wherewithal, the gumption, the intestinal fortitude to be able to hang on in those moments. And even when Supergrenas is kind of kicking your guts out in the corner of these ruins, you still have to have it within yourself to fight back. And certainly we've been seeing that from Robert in spades, having everything, mind, body, and spirit to make themselves a champion, as he has done 2 times in the past, looking for the 3rd title here, and indeed, as you mentioned, 1 game away.
Continuing to try to smother DP break there for Supergrenas. They do have the ignition gear. Put themselves in an overheat, but the super should be enough to close it out. Supergrenas trying to tie things up 2 games to 2, but we've seen him in this position before, and Robert's been able to respond well. See who goes ahead and takes control of neutral early. As both players did decide to put the SPG out front, so that Rev Blow is going to be on the table for both of them. We haven't seen it thus far, not in a combo, but I'm sure at some point someone has got to take a risk over here in grand finals, as Robert cashing out for a quick 50% with the ignition gear.
It should be noted that the winner's final set started out 2-0 in favor of Robert. It was Supergrenas that wound up winning 3 and 4 in order to bring it to a game 5. So not exactly a foregone conclusion. However, Robert, with Supergrenas having a round in the bank, is going to put themselves in decent position. Supergrenas fighting back, trying to make this just a little bit more interesting, and is going to utilize one of the sticks, having another one ready to go just about, and cooling down just a little bit, realizing Hokutomaru is in overheat. You got to be able to take advantage of it, and indeed, Supergrenas does. We are going to a game 5. Sometimes you just got to know what you're able to do in that situation. And will this be the end of everything, or is this only the beginning non-factor?
Well, it's exactly as advertised, just as close as we saw the winners finals. Both of these players are equally matched here. See if Robert has enough to come out on top, or if Supergrenas is going to guarantee us some more City of the Wolves tonight as they find themselves in the corner early. Not too much damage done thus far, but finding themselves a massive rev blow. They pulled the trigger finally. It's going to work out for them. Should be enough damage to take Robert out of SPG and get a lot of corner carry there. And there's the neutral jump we were talking about earlier, conditioning for the throw tech. It's going to pay off big time for Supergrenas, as that's going to be about a 50% chunk off of Robert's life gauge.
Looking for a measure of vengeance, looking for that Game 5 victory that eluded them in winners finals. Supergrenas looking to close this out and finds the jump, is able to punish it, gets the round 1 victory. 1 round from the reset, and this Preecha looking on point. Robert needs an answer if you want to close this thing out in 5.
On the verge of that reset now. Light confirmed for Robert to start things off early here. Not too much damage, and there's another rev blow from Supergrenas. They're starting to play a lot more confident, mixing up their options, sticking to the Rekka series. Robert in a world of hurt and finding themselves in the corner. Gotta watch the rev gauge for Supergrenas, spending the ignition gear to get it down to the 70s. Anti-air there from Robert as they head back to neutral. Gonna get themselves a nice little chunk of change as well. Sitting on a bar of super. They're gonna cash out the ignition gear here.
Looking for just a little more, and is trying to find it. However, is going to be denied at the death by Robert. Looking to stay in this thing, wants to win this thing in quick fashion. Denying the jumping attacks from Supergrenas, and slowing this down as only Hokutomaru can. This is the exact sort of methodical way that you want to go about this, and indeed, Robert is going to take it. You slam on the break. You go ahead and break check your opponent real fast in grand finals, and that is how we get ourselves to final round.
Yeah, we saw Robert go for that mix-up before. He'll throw the shuriken and then go in with the teleport to throw the timing off for the just defend, working out for them there. Finding themselves in the corner earlier, though, here in the final round. Supergrenas introducing the throw once again off of this rev guard. Gotta watch the meter if you're Robert. A big answer back from Supergrenas. They have the hidden gear on deck. I suspect they're gonna hunt for the damage here, putting themselves into overheat. This is gonna be a massive amount of damage. The question is it gonna be enough to kill stream?
the question. Oh, get out the measuring stick real fast. Is not going to be quite enough. You're still giving just enough, but you run up and you get the punch in. And Supergrenas, vengeance tasting awfully sweet right now. There's a reset, and all of a sudden, it's a whole new ball game. Potentially 5 more games between these two combatants. What else can you possibly ask for from Week 10? Fatal Fury, baby.
Yeah, and just as close as we saw the winners finals, this time going in Supergrenas' favor. So, I mean, these two titans right here giving you shades of Ollie and Frazier, just absolutely trading blows here. And it's anyone's ball game at this point for as clutch as Robert's been all night. We saw Supergrenas able to clutch up there in the last round of that set. So it's just a battle of wills, Stu.
One set for all the marbles. For those of you joining us from D100 TV's raid, thank you so much for the raid. This is Stu the announcer alongside Non-Factor, bringing you continuing coverage of Week 10 here at Breakout TV for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. The grand final reset in sight. Go ahead and frame it up. Lights, camera, and action between two titans of Mexico, Supergrenas and Robert.
I tell you what, Stu, I got the DCs right now because this is some great City of the Wolves we're watching as advertised. Robert coming in with a hard knockdown early, using the hang time this time. We haven't seen too much of the float there from Robert, trying to mix things up with the backdash into the 2C, the bread and butter for Robert. Working out once again. They have a bar for the ignition here. They're going to spend it here. One more guess, it's all it's going to take here to close out the round.
Robert trying to make himself untouchable. Sometimes you do that by sitting back and throwing them shurikens. Other times you teleport or run into the Preecha's face. We're gonna have to see. It's gonna be the command grab that gets the job done, and first blood being drawn by Robert in the reset. True final starting off exactly the way this Hokutomaru main would have wanted.
Yeah, to stay on point even as tense as things have got to react with the air throw in that situation shows that Robert is not shaken even though he got the bracket reset on him. Right now the Supergrenas is trying to shake him just a little bit more. They're introducing the meaty fireball, blocking the rev blow there and finding themselves a throw. I suspect the neutral jump is coming at any point to bait out a whiff here. But So Nice will show it 3 times. Supergrenas running their offensive game plan to a T here.
It's about what you want to see from Robert at the very least, right? Just a little bit of pushback in the face of all this pressure. Supergrenas, again, you lost that first round, and pretty convincingly so. You got to give it back to him just a little bit. That trade is going to be perfect for Supergrenas, and that could be enough to close it out. You got that rev up, and indeed, you are going to be sitting pretty as you go into the final round of game number 1. These two are so evenly matched. You got to think that Supergrenas is going to be reaching in the back for the secret gear yet again.
You love to see it, especially they're able to cash out so much knowing that they have that hitting gear in their pocket. It's one thing about Preecha, when she does come in with those Preecha combos, the Wrecker Surge, she does spend a lot of that rev gauge, but might not have a chance to even pull out the hitting gear. She's going to be out of SPG as Robert cashing in with the ignition gear here. Great JD there on the anti-air. Defense on point from both players as Supergrenas answering back. We're going to go back to neutral. I suspect they're going to cash out some super of their own, taking Robert right out of SPG, and we're almost dead set even here.
Still moving right along, trying to find a way through is Supergrenas. The reset not enough. Now Supergrenas has sights on something just a little bit bigger as Robert is going to be eating every last bit of them knees. Frame it on up and punch your ticket into game number 2 up. But a single game, and now Supergrenas find themselves in unfamiliar territory, decisively up on Robert. It took 11 games, but has Supergrenas finally cracked the code?
Yeah, it seems like the long-term conditioning is paying off. We saw that neutral jump, empty neutral jump just work out, and they found the punish off of the lift throw from Robert. So slowly breaking the defense of Robert, but a big-time punish is going to find its home with the Kuhadon extension. Hard knockdown off of the rev blow, but the JDs continue to be on point for Supergrenas.
Beautifully defended in the corner. Had to eat a little bit of damage, but now you get an opportunity to punch your way on through. Hokutomaru still an SPG with some butter in the cabinet. See, okay, gets the grab off. Supergrenas has been doing an incredible job of mixing up these grabs on the ground, trying to get Robert out of block. So those hits do even more damage. Robert, however, more than happy to take the mix-ins and get a few licks in. That is going to be a round 1 victory for the Hokutomaru.
Supergrenas starting things off early, choosing to spend the ignition gear just to get Robert out of an SPG, and we've seen both of these players in this position before. It's been interesting how they navigated it. Supergrenas turning to the JDs to get space, and Robert just letting the super rip right there. Supergrenas still barely inside of SPG. They're going to rev up with the Rekka series. Choosing not to cash out there, getting the hard knockdown off of the rev blow. And another neutral jump finding its home. The counter hit to close it out. Supergrenas on the verge now of going up 2-0 here in the grand final reset.
And this is what Supergrenas had in mind this entire time. He's been fighting Hokutomarus the entire night. And you talk about a story arc. This is truly the final battle. Overlooking an apocalyptic background. Perhaps this is indeed the end of all things, and it is an honor to be here with you, friend.
Yeah, the action just continues to live up to all expectations here, and both players continue to pull out their bag of tricks. We see some tick throws with the lights from Robert. The offense just continues to go through a different cycle every single time we see them have Supergrenas in the corner. That time sticking to the cooldown. Does have the ignition here. They're going to spend it here. One more guess I was going to take to close it out, but Supergrenas finally waking up with a super of their own, putting Robert on notice.
It has not really utilized the single bar super all that much. You've been seeing a lot of expenditure on that secret gear for the most part. And it's nice to see him mix it up just a little bit. That option is certainly in the tank, but Robert has a few options of their own. Is going to utilize pretty much every single piece of the toolkit to get that game 2 victory. We are all square at 1 apiece. What a wake up to start round 3. Hope you had your coffee, because now you are fully in the real world.
About 50% down here, Supergrenas in a very familiar spot. Robert just mixing up the lights here. Big meaty button to find its home. This actually should be enough to close it out with the ignition gear. Actually, not even going to need it. The rev blow, not scaling at all. 7 golden letters, a perfect round for Robert. And it just seems like every single time you expect a player to take away momentum in this set, they completely flip it on its head the other way, and we're just continuing to go back and forth here. So see if Supergrenas can put another round on the board, or if Robert's going to finally be able to take control of this one.
Hokutomaru has so many options through which they can garner an advantage, but it's just, how many ways can you win a game as Hokutomaru? We've seen that, I mean, not just the play of SoSickNASHFAN earlier on, and indeed the last 2 weeks of this bracket, but Hokutomaru's dominance looks to continue on at the hands of Robert, perhaps at the expense of Supergrenas, and you have the ability to do so from distance or up close, but if you get blocked on, this is how you're liable to be punished, because Preecha, again, can dish out that damage to make your life just a little bit more difficult, especially with errant jump-ins like that.
You see the dash under there, but no one's home. Robert's actually going to have enough to close this bad boy out. Might see a bit of an advantage coming in right now. They're going to spend the entire red line gear. It's going to work out for them, going up 2-1, not splitting rounds here. Robert trying to build some momentum to close this tournament out after a reset, Stu.
Get ready.
And being able to simply hold the line against such a powerful opponent like Supergrenas has to be a victory for Robert. It's nice when you have the support of SNK behind you as well, as we do here at Breakout. Hey, the first SNK supported bracket, being able to win that has to feel good for whomever it is, and it is looking ever closer to be Robert to be the one to do it.
Jump back there is going to find its home for Supergrenas. It's going to be a lot of damage. They did build up enough bar for a super. They're going to go directly into the ignition gear. One more guess for Robert in the round. What's it going to be? Going into the rev guard, getting himself some space, just sniping Supergrenas out of the air, going for the quarter top to switch sides. Robert not quite out of it yet. They find themselves a light conversion. They are building up super little by little here, Stu, but another neutral jump, no punish off of the whip throw. Big jump in for Robert. The tides might have turned in the round.
Oh my goodness, the ability to just continue on, teleport right back up, and realizing Probably discretion the better part of valor there. You're going to need to back off before Preecha gets any more angry and punchy in your face. Trying to charge in and start something. Supergrenas more than happy to stomp that out. That is going to be a round 1 victory for Preecha.
And start things off with the Reblo. He hasn't introduced that option in quite a while, catching Robert off guard, not getting a lot of damage, but just putting it on notice. But Robert responds with another great call to grab the starting frames of that. Another anti-here into the 2 down break, into the corner you go. Not gonna cash out with any super here, taking the knockdown, staggering their buttons just little by little here. See how Supergrenas choose to work the way to the corner. We've seen them in that position. They're gonna get a free jump out with the cross up here, and we're gonna go right back to neutral.
And even still, just going ahead, hammering on through. Supergrenas having to eat every last bit of that. Robert 1 round away from total victory. Supergrenas is going to need something big here if you want to take it to game 5. You're going to need to switch up the strategy a little bit. You're going to have to find a way to negotiate this pressure in your face. We've seen Supergrenas show themselves capable of it, but oh my goodness, like you're getting opened up just a little too easily for my liking here. Robert could very well find themselves with a victory, especially after that. Is that going to be it? Indeed, it will. Robert finding a way through after the reset, wins it in true finals 3-1, and Robert is your Fatal Fury City of the Wolves Week 10 champion here at Breakout.